Hi, I'm James, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Ddraig Gwyn. Now it's been a while since my last update video, probably nearly a month now. I've just been really busy with work, the family, and all the other things that I do that are not reptile or snake related. And I haven't done an update on the clutch, so 2020-02 clutch. They're doing well. We've got a few that we're struggling to feed, but now they're on it now, so that's all good. Since that video as well, or since that clutch hatched, we've had 2 clutches laid, and there's one due to pip at the start of September and another one at the end, and we're now waiting for one more clutch, and then that's the end of this season for me. I've got 3 females that didn't go this season, so you know that's what happens sometimes. I thought it may have been the male for one of the clutches, but he's actually fathered a clutch, or we think he's fathered a clutch with one of the females, as long as it's not a parthenogenic clutch, or a pathogenic, or however you want to pronounce that. So today I'm going to do an update video on the hatchlings from the clutch of 2020-02, which was the PASTEL ENCHI, or ENCHI PASTEL, to the MOJAVE, and we'll see where they've got to, and I maybe throw in a few of the other hatchlings from the previous clutch as well. Okay, so this is the PASTEL MOJAVE. Some really intense yellows in the alien heads and keyholes, and some brilliant sort of burnt orange copper colours in the flaming, which goes all the way through into the blushing on the dorsal and carries on all the way down the snake. Absolutely fantastic coloration. Blushed out head, not overly blushed, just not too white, and fantastic looking snake. Feeds very well, hasn't missed a meal. Nice clean belly, and this guy will be staying with me. He'll be staying here, so he's a really good snake. I'm very happy with this. Now what I'll do is I'll keep him out, and we'll compare him to the straight MOJAVE now. Okay, so we now have, if I can get them to play ball, see if I can get them to calm down a little bit. Under this hand we have the MOJAVE, and under this one we have the ENCHI PASTEL MOJAVE. You'll see they're very similar. The colours seem to be more intense on the PASTEL MOJAVE and slightly more washed out on the MOJAVE on its own. And the oranges are very different. So in the PASTEL it's more of a copper colour, whereas in the ENCHI MOJAVE it's more of an orange, like a hot orange, if you like. And the hot orange is more prevalent in the dorsal there. Let me just put the MOJAVE away. Not the MOJAVE, the PASTEL MOJAVE. Okay, so this is the MOJAVE on its own. So slightly duller colour in the golds, more of a dull yellow, but the oranges are a lot more intense. I don't know if the camera picks this up quite well enough, but the blushing in the dorsal is very orange, and the flaming has that hint of orange as well. It's very different from the copper colours that we were seeing in the PASTEL MOJAVE. And this one's a male. We've got a female as well, exactly the same, and I'll just quickly get her out and show you her. Now she unfortunately is about to go into shed, but you can still see the colours. Her orange blushing is actually a lot better. It's a lot more intense when she's not in shed as well. You'll see it carries on a lot more up and over. Again, very clear belly. And you see the size difference, that she's just that little bit bigger than her brother, and I think she's had 1 meal more, and that's the only difference here. But again, absolutely fantastic. This ringer down the bottom is quality. I really like that. It's not a pied ringer or anything like that. It's just how the ENCHI is working with the MOJAVE in this particular snake. But I can't decide whether to keep her or not. Leave a comment in the bottom. Let me know. Should I keep her? Should I let her go? Okay, so this hissy girl is a normal female, and she will also be a holdback. She's not quite as pretty as the normals we had from the previous clutch, but still a really nice snake. Feeds very well. As you can tell, she's a lot bigger than the mochis we've seen. Oh, I think she wants to escape. So let's go and put her back in her tub and let her leave her alone, leave her in peace. Okay, so another normal, and this time a male. Again, he's missed a couple of feeds to start with. You can see his colour is very different again. He's a much darker snake. Even with all these lights, he's still coming up very, very dark. He's a very dark copper colour, and the blacks in him are very, very dark black. Really interesting snake. Very, very pretty, and these normals tend to do very well too. Well, this girl was very, very finicky with her eating, and this is an ENCHI female, and she's eaten the last 2 meals we've offered her, which has been really good. She's got some nice banding and nice golds and oranges in her patterning as well. But I think she will be available once she's had a few feeds, or several feeds, got up to weight, and is a confident eater. Okay, so this is the pastel male. Just straight pastel, no ENCHI, no MOJAVE. Again, really intense orange. He is about to go into shed because he's just recently started feeding, and he's a little bit fiery as well. Ever since he came out the egg, he would defensively attack anything that went anything near it, including substrate, water, and its prey, but wouldn't eat it. And like the others I've mentioned, you know, they recently started eating. So it's just something to remember. Don't try and rush it. They will start eating in their own good time when they feel safe. And once they're confident as well, because they can find you quite intimidating coming into their little enclosure, and you're this big giant, and you're waving a rat at it, and it's never eaten before. So do bear that in mind. So we've seen an ENCHI, we've seen a pastel, we've seen a pastel ENCHI MOJAVE. Now this one is an ENCHI pastel, I believe. Nice ENCHI banding, golds, fantastic, great belly pattern, and nice ENCHI pastel head there. You can see the butterfly. So this one is a fantastic feeder, and will also be available. I've had some interest in this one already, and I believe, yeah, this one is female. So we've got a good few girls and males, girls and boys, males and females in this clutch. The odds have been pretty good to me. So pretty chuffed, to be honest, with or happy for those international viewers with this clutch overall. It's great to see them coming on so well and feeding, because that is a massive frustration when you first hatch your snakes. You know, they don't eat, and you think, is it me? Am I doing something wrong? And often it's just down to the snake whether they're ready to eat or not. And these did have particularly large yolk sacs when they hatched, so I wasn't surprised that some of them took a little bit longer to eat, because they just didn't need to. They were full. What I thought I'd do, I'd just finish up the video with some updates on the snakes that I left from the previous clutch. So the holdbacks that we've currently got, and one of the snakes that's due to leave me soon. So this is the last normal from clutch 2020-01. It's a straight male, and he is going out to his new home on the 11th of September. Cold-blooded movements are picking him up and taking him to his new home. Really chunky guy, eats really well, no problems at all, and like the other two normals we saw, he's a little bit more feisty than some of the other snakes from the clutch, but yeah, really nice. So these next two girls have grown like weeds, the size of her. Now, this is the MOJAVE leopard, and she is absolutely stunning. The silkiness of those blacks running down into that white belly, just absolutely nuts. Can't wait to see what she holds for the future, what sort of projects we're going to put her into. I wonder if this leopard will go nicely into clown. We'll have to see, because the clown project is something I'll be getting into next season, if not the season after. Depends if my my males and females are up to size in time, but we'll see. And yeah, she's now on large fluffs, and I would imagine she'll be on small weaners soon, and I'll be looking to for an upgrade on her tub. Okay, so the last snake for this video is the snake I really wanted to hit in the previous clutch in 2020-01, and that's a civet. So it's a leopard Mojave pinstripe, and she is also growing like a weed, just like her sister, that leopard Mojave we just saw. The size of her. You think that she only hatched in June, and she is storming ahead. I picked up a Phantom GHI het clown from a local breeder from Scots Royals. She was very small when she hatched, so she's taken a little while to grow on. And I think she hatched in February, and she's exactly the same weight as these two girls. This one and the previous one we saw are both at 220 grams. Absolutely phenomenal. Doesn't miss a meal, doesn't miss a trick. Wants to eat the world. But just look at that patterning on the side, absolutely insane. I think until I can get my hands on Moray or Monsoon, I think this is as close as I'm going to get to having that speckled pattern, and I'll have to live with that until it's more available, or at least available in the UK. So some really stunning colours in those. I didn't expect there to be such intense orange in those mochis, or the pastel mochi. Really impressed with those. The male pastel mochi will be staying here. I can't decide whether I should keep the female mochi, but we'll wait and see. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Should I keep her? Should I let her go? What should I do? And what are your opinions on the two from the clutch before that, the leopard Mojave and the civet as well? I think they've come on really well, and they're growing like weeds. I'm more than happy with them. So there's a bright future for those. So until next time, if you liked the video, make sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and we'll see you in the next one.